Did you know one of the coolest types of events for a movie buff is having a movie set scavenger hunt? Now, this type of event is always fun for those people in your life that happen to be movie buffs, in the factor of friends, family, colleagues, and it's easy to do. However, though, it does take a little bit of research. Guys, my name is Chris. I'm the head game coordinator of Cash Hunt, where we've been producing premium scavenger hunts for the past 25 years. But my job here is to always educate you on how you can create your own by just following a few steps. Now, the key thing is, like I mentioned, it might take a little bit of research, but the end result will be memorable and you'll have a bunch of conversational pieces. The first thing that you have to find out is if your town or city or your area is known for film production. Now, there's a lot of places I know. Obviously, the two key locations, iconically, is New York, Los Angeles. But there's also other places, like my hometown of Boston, Mass, Chicago, Atlanta, the Carolinas, Houston, Dallas, up north in Canada in the form of Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal. Those are key locations. But does that mean that anywhere else there is no film production? No, that's not correct. There are a lot of locations that these major productions do film locations in all different parts of the country. But this is how you would find out. And it's really easy to do. Just go to ChatGPT. Simply put in your city and ask it, has there been any kind of film production in my said town? And then most likely within about a few minutes, it will then list out those locations. Now you've got your list. The key thing that I want to mention, full transparency, like with the majority of the games that I recommend in regards to creating, it should be all walkable. Most likely this would not be a walkable type of event unless you happen to be in New York. There's has been slews of different types of film production within the last 100 years that are probably blocks, if not right next to each other as far as New York is concerned. But for the most part, this would require a vehicle. The other thing I would mention is that this version of a scavenger hunt is not considered or recommended to be as a game. You can make it be one, but for the most part, it's better just as an exploration as far as a group of friends or family members. So how does this work? You have that list. Now you can actually tweak that list. So let's say, for example, Boston, Mass, where I'm at. You can make it be, let's say one of those locations happens to be the iconic bench where Robin Williams and Matt Damon sat for their award-winning classic film, Good Will Hunting. So you can, put that, Boston Common bench next to that, Good Will Hunting. Underneath it, you could just do a small blurb. This was the bench where Robin Williams and Matt Damon sat. Also underneath it, you can put a QR code or a link that would link that iconic scene that you can always find on YouTube. And then you can do that for the variety of different other locations that you put on your list. Now, what happens when you reach it? Well, you reach that location, you take a photograph of that location as a team, maybe even do a reenactment of that scene. And there's your first photo, if not video, conversational piece that you visited. And that would go along with all the other places that you put in. Now, this is not something that you would do within an hour. This is kind of like a day's type of event. So again, here in Massachusetts, like I said, you have something like the Good Will Hunting bench. Or you can travel 20 minutes north and go to Salem, Massachusetts, where you'll find locations for the cult-like film, iconic film, Hocus Pocus, which people from all around the world come to Salem, Massachusetts just to visit those locations. And then the list goes on and on and on. So you can make it a day event, which I always recommend, on a weekend. So you can experience these locations and then photograph yourself at these locations or reenact the scene. And it's probably locations that you probably passed by 1,000 times over and never realized that that was the location where they filmed said movie. So guys, hopefully that helps out. It should be very easy to put together. Again, it takes a little bit of research, but not that much now with the help of AI. But again, if you want to learn more about how to create games, hey, did you ever think about doing a wedding proposal? Popping that big question by using it or including it in a scavenger hunt. If so, click this box here. I'll tell you a lot about it. So guys, have fun putting this together and have a blast. Take care, guys.